Hello everyone, my name is Jason Hill, and today we're sculpting an old demon guy. There he is. And right here, I'm showing you the thing I ended up with, the final of this quick speed sculpt thing. So yeah, here he is in his old demon-y glory. Alright, cool. Then we'll pop into it. Alright, so here's me blocking in some stuff. I don't really know exactly where I'm headed yet. All I know is I want it to be an old, super wrinkly, well, not super wrinkly, but feeling super old and a demon. So, I wanted to touch on this really quick before we get into, like, some topics or whatever. This base mesh, this sculpt or whatever, started completely in Zbrush, and I wanted to let you guys in on some stuff. So let me know if you. I think I can make it pretty clear just by talking. But a couple of people asked me for the base mesh that I promised earlier, and that's my fault for not linking it. But I have to figure out where to host it. I was thinking about just hosting a website, and maybe I'll do that. But anyways, if you're still interested in that base mesh that I used in the other ones, let me know. But I really feel like this is the best way to go. So this sculpt started with a sphere, and I stretched the sphere, and I extruded the horns, and I made the torso, the bust. I made everything that I wanted and needed for what I was planning on doing, and then I ran ZBrush's Unified Skin. I think it's called Unified Skin. It's in the subtool palette, and it makes a new base mesh on your shape, based on your shape, and you have to delete your sphere shape that you already made, but if you just play around with that, if you get a sphere and then tweak it out and then click Unified Skin, you'll see that it's kind of like it's laying like a quadded blanket on top of your shape, but you have a good base mesh to sculpt your thing. Maybe I will make a video because maybe this is confusing, but anyways, that's how I did this, and I think it's way better because it frees you up. You're not stuck on anything, and hopefully it'll free me up into doing more, radical stuff because. Design is one of my biggest weaknesses that I feel that I need to work on, and anything that can free me up and give me more and more possibilities, the better that I could explore that aspect of my creativity that I need to work on. So, yeah, totally unbridled. Like you start with a sphere, whatever you want to make, you can make a full body out of it. I'm pretty sure, and I might even try that out. And if it works out, I'll put it on YouTube, but. Yeah, so that's what happened this time. I didn't model any horns. I didn't model anything in Maya. It was all ZBrush, sphere, unified skin. Cool. So, all right. So after that thing, I made this idea for the sculpt was to do an old demon guy, and I've been wanting to do a demon for a little bit, and when I started sculpting this, I just thought I could get lost in the interestingness that is an old guy. And adding the horns and ears, like making him a little demon-y. I feel like he's more old man than demon. Eventually I want to do a more demon than anything else kind of deal, if that makes any sense. But this one was more old man than demon, and I thought I got to get some of my demon wants and aspirations out a little bit, while also getting to delve into like some old guy. And also, I thought like the idea before I did it, I thought it was cool enough. I was really jazzed about it, and that's really important before you start doing something to like really be into some idea that you wanna like delve into and really explore. And I thought if I ended up with an old demon, I don't know, it'd be kind of like adorable or something. Like he's a demon that's washed up. Like even if it doesn't come through, something that I was thinking of is that like. One time he looked really freaking scary and demony, but he's like washed up now, and he's missing his demon teeth, and he's old, and like he'll like try to get out of his chair to like demon whoop your ass, but like he can't even get up. Like talk to me, whatever, Like I wanted him to be really like he used to be a badass. Maybe he's I don't know. Maybe he used to be like the head honcho or something. So anyways, that is the basis of the idea that I'm doing right now. And if you've probably you've already noticed that I'm adding a new thing to the format of the show or whatever this is, and that's showing the final piece in the beginning. And that's something I should have been doing the whole time. I got a couple tips to do that, and it just made so much sense to me that, you know, showing where I end up in the beginning is great because it gives you the viewers context into what I'm doing. I think it'll let you guys come up with your own intuition or delve into your own ideation of why I'm making decisions, because you can see that even now it doesn't look like that final piece yet, and you'll see when it starts to do that, and you can recognize things that I'm changing, and maybe you can have your own insight into why. So another thing that like it really made me feel was like, you know, you watch a movie and you can't wait to see the behind the scenes. It doesn't even have to be a great movie, but you always watch the movie first, and then when you watch the making of, you have this huge context. So, anyways, that's how I'm gonna run this blog show from now on, is to show the final thing in the beginning and then go on into the sculpt. So, I'm gonna touch on some more stuff. Let me actually have a sip of my juice first. Enjoy the video for a second. OJ. All right. All right. So I wanted to touch on a little bit more about practice. I know we talked about it briefly already, but practice and developing yourself or moving forward as an artist. And I wanted to give you my own little take on that. So I already mentioned that I feel like I'm weak in design, in overall impact at first glance, you know, like fundamentals of design, even, you know, big, bold shapes, blah, 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 rhythms and all that stuff. Really, I feel like the biggest part of design that I lack is big and bold. My stuff so far is really too subtle, and that's my own thing, because that's what I'm, you know, the things that I've done so far is what I naturally do, and what I naturally do isn't to commercialize my work, but I feel like that's very necessary in conveying your idea up front, and also luring people into exploring even your more subtler ideas. You know, you got to have that context for them to view your piece in. So, anyways, enough about my weaknesses or whatever. To talk about improving yourself as an artist. So, this whole my own weaknesses thing is a good thing to bring up. I myself as an artist, and I feel like my feel of other artists, not everyone, I'm just going to speak for myself, but I think that this is, even though it's not a universal, it's very common that artists like their work less than other people like their work. Most artists are happy with where they are, and they're happier about some other pieces than others, but they're generally happy with where they are, but they don't feel like they are where they want to be. Not too many artists feel like they're there. Like, oh, I made it. I'm done now. I can just do this forever. And I think that stems from my own personal take on it. And, you know, it could stem from that. It could stem from other things. And also, you could have your own insight into this if you're someone who's creative, going to school, or is already doing this stuff. I feel very much as though I'm shooting for something. It's something that's very personal to me. You know, it's also something that's specific while being very vague. I am shooting for something that's really dope at different aspects. If you think of your own like inspiration folder that you have right at home, or the books you have on your shelf, you look through that stuff, some of it really speaks to you. It could be the skin texture. This guy's skin texture is amazing. This guy's shape language is amazing. This guy's rendering is amazing. This guy's color. But it's rare to find a wholehearted piece. But all those little bits that are really speaking to you, I think that thing that's far off in the distance that you're shooting for your entire life is a culmination of all that. But that thing that I am shooting for, that thing that I feel like is inside me deep down, that thing that I really feel like I'm trying to get to, after college, I feel like I had like an awakening moment that, to me anyway, I felt I won't ever get there. I'll most likely die or be done and be like 99 years old. And I still will have felt like, man, I didn't get there. I've been trying to get to this place forever, and I didn't make it. And I just feel like that's the nature of the game. The nature is that thing that you're shooting for is unreachable. that thing that drives you, that thing that's driving you, that thing that, whatever that thing is that makes you feel like getting up and being better and shooting toward that star in the sky, I think is unreachable to me. And I also realized at that same moment that I'm never going to get to this place, but I'm going to live my life in the same way as if it's possible. So it doesn't change anything. It just makes me realize that don't get too caught up in it, man. Don't feel like you're going to do it in a couple years. You're never going to get there. But if you live your life trying to get there, if you just every day you're waking up feeling like you're getting closer, I think that's a great way to motivate yourself and a great way to grow. And in those steps to growing, what's important to me is doing things that you're proud of. Every piece I try to do to a point that I'm happy that it's mine. I don't ever want to get to a place where, it's like your work is spread around you and you're sitting on the floor and all your work's on the floor, all around you. It's all this even level, and you're surrounded in it and you feel like disconnected from it, as if like it's not a representation of yourself. It's not your best work. It's not, when people look at it, if people look at your work and you're like, no, well, don't look at that. That's a private thing. Don't look at that. I feel like it doesn't matter what you do, if only you can do it till you're proud of something. And it's always a different aspect. I mean, not always, but it can be any aspect. Like, there's some magic in the eyes there, and people may not notice it. They may blow by, and go, oh, fucking old demon, But when you look at it, you kind of smile inside. You're happy to see this thing, this magicness that happened in your thing. And to divulge some personal stuff, a good example of this for me right now is I'm taking an oil painting class, and I've never oil painted or painted before traditionally. And I'm taking a class, so once a week we meet, and a model comes in, and me and some fellow students are there, and for 3 hours we paint this model's head. It's a head painting class. And I don't know anything about oils. I don't know anything about real color or physical mixing of color, and I'm not very good at drawing anymore. Not like I ever was, but I'm worse than before. But still, I've taken several classes now. I have several head paintings just hanging out, and I'm proud of some of them. And the ones that I'm not totally proud of, I can find something that I'm happy with. There's some stuff that happened that deep down I didn't expect me to do. Because you just didn't think that far ahead. You can't fully roundly think about every aspect of something. And I just try my best, and I just don't give up until I'm happy with something. And most of the time I'm wrangling it the whole time. I'm not happy with it till the last 10%. I'm just wrangling this madness, and then I just really focus on something that jumps out at me. And anyways, I think that's a great way to improve and to grow, is to make sure that you're never doing work that you feel isn't representative of who you are as a person or as an artist, but something that you can really pour yourself into. Something you feel like, I like that this is a part of me. And it's going to be for any aspect. It could just be the coloring and the rendering of the shadows, but you're proud of it. You're like, this is mine, and even if you don't see what happened here, something happened here that I'm really proud of. Alright, well that's a little nugget. Oh, another format of this is I made this video under 15 minutes, so it's only one video. Please let me know if you enjoyed the two-part videos, because I was getting the feeling that a lot of people weren't watching the second part, and I'd rather make it more concise. So this is really fast, especially in this one, because this one's longer than the other ones. This one's probably close to 4 hours or something. So this is under 15 minutes. So please let me know if you prefer this or the two-part video. But I think, nice and concise, wrapping it up, one video, bam, bam. It'll probably only be one video a week, though. Maybe two on a good week. But still, once a week, 15 minutes, I don't know if that's good enough. But if I ever get that YouTube partnership, don't worry about it. I'll do 10-hour-long video. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, we're wrapping up here. My next video is going to be a skin demo. Some texture stuff that I use really quick in sketches, just get some texture really quick. And that'll be the next video. And so here's the demon again. So you guys see I rendered it in Mental Ray. I think this is how I'm going to present my stuff from now on. But alright guys, well I'll see you next video. Peace out.